What's up, you guys? So today we're going to be doing a tour review on probably one of the best Tyrannosaurus Rex action figures currently on the market as of recording this and uploading it. And it is the PNSO Super Articulated Cameron the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, we all know PNSO, right? The company that makes dinosaur models. Yeah, I never really done a review on them. In fact, I never really bought from PNSO. I only ever had acquired two of their models, the Kenzosaurus and the small Megalodon. But yeah, if they continue this articulated line, then I'm certainly going to buy more PNSO figures because holy crap, is this thing amazing! But that isn't to say that that's perfect, because it isn't. It does have some flaws. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the box, shall we? So here we have the box, which is incredibly long, and in fact, this figure is a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be around the same size range, but I didn't expect the box to be this big. Unfortunately, mine has a bit of a dent in it, which honestly, it doesn't really matter. The figure is already packed in so secure. But anyways, here we have the T-Rex. Here we have the PNSO logo, along with some information in Chinese, along with the name of the dinosaur in Chinese. And we got another image of Cameron at the top. Every life deserves your respect, and I assume it says the same. It says the same thing in Chinese. And on the back we have the English. We have the English side, prehistoric animal articulated toy series, and hopefully they do release more figures in this series. Cause yeah, if they release an articulated Alamosaurus, then yeah, we'll be buying 100%. And this is Cameron the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know why they didn't capitalize Rex. Anyways, yeah. And on the side, there's nothing really too special. It's just their agencies apparently and all the warnings. And the bottom is no different either. It's just, you know, all the information that you need to know, just in Chinese. And we got a little barcode right there. Anyway, so these figures can be found on Amazon for $66.99. So yes, the PNSO Articulated Cameron Tyrannosaurus Rex is indeed $67. And I'm already gonna imagine seeing comments. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the task at hand here with Cameron. So right off the bat, we got two bases that come with this figure. A shorter one and a longer one. I actually don't know if I have the shorter one or longer one in my hand right now. It also comes with information booklets. We got one in English and one in Chinese, and it basically just shares information, like goes into great detail about this animal and so on. Like, okay, but why is bro genuinely so wide here? I don't know, that was just kind of funny to me. And of course, we have the best thing in this lineup. We got Cameron boys. Now, for a company that beforehand just exclusively made models and not articulated action figures, they did a really impressive job with the articulation. But there are some setbacks that do need to be addressed for future releases. But before we get into those, we'll actually probably just get into them anyway along the way. We have the face here, and it looks pretty nice. Mine's eye is slightly looking more to the right, I think. Yeah, to the right. But then again, I mean, like, there's really no reason to expect perfect eye paint. You know, something. Yeah. And the jaw can open quite wide. Really wide, actually. And as you can see, the inside of the mouth is detailed. The tongue is quite wide. I don't know how to feel about that. And not to mention that there is some bottom gum action, which Actually looks pretty nice. I do kind of wish they had a little bit more red to the mouth. You know, everywhere else in the figure is super detailed, and the mouth is just pink. But yeah, the detailing does look pretty nice in this. Now here is where the first flaw comes in. Since both halves of this figure's jaw is articulated, it is quite difficult to move the head up and down. In fact, I don't even know if you can. The only real up and down you're ever going to get with this figure is if you're moving both of the jaw joints simultaneously. And I don't know how to feel about that. I'm sure there's some way to move them I'll probably figure it out in the future, but till then, yeah. I do quite like the colors that they chose with this thing. It genuinely looks quite nice. But anyways, the neck can move left and right, and so can the base of the neck, and also up and down. Now the forearms, now the arms are quite iffy. They're made out of a very soft rubber, which at first I really liked, but yeah, as you can see, mine's arm joint isn't doing too well. So yeah, that definitely needs to be addressed to some degree. And hopefully for future releases, they don't do that and make their figures just hard plastic from here on out. And hopefully they'll quietly change the Cameron Rex to that way it doesn't have like rubber arms anymore. But yeah, that's really my only gripe apart from that. The arm can spread apart from the body and can also move around a little bit because it's on a ball joint. There is no torso articulation, which I'm not necessarily like. I don't really care too much about torso articulation. It can be quite hit or miss depending on the figure. But maybe it could. Maybe it really didn't need it. Because I have dealt with torso articulation, and honestly, it barely works for me anyway. Anyways, I really do like how fat and robust the body is on this figure. I missed out on the Beast in the Mesozoic Tyrannosaurus. I mean, technically, the unpainted 1/18 scale Tyrannosaurus is still on the website, and is actually half off currently. But I'm planning on waiting for the newer revamped version to come up for pre-order. But anyways, this dude's thick. Anyways, so here we have the legs, and the legs can move a little bit. I wouldn't say they rotate a full 360, although theoretically it's possible. I just wouldn't do it because yeah. And the legs spread apart a little bit from the body. The knees can move up and down, but they can't rotate. I do not know why. The ankles, on the other hand, can move up and down and rotate a full 360. And so can the feet. Seems like they can, but it really probably doesn't look like it should do it. And also, booty. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the fact that they've went all out and sculpted the cloaca as well, but okay. I mean, they did have that, but So the tail joint can move around a little bit. Not really a lot, but just a little bit. And this is another flaw of the figure. It should really have a good ball joint. Now, once again, this is the first time PNSO has made articulated dinosaur figures, so I will give them a little bit of leeway. But they should definitely consider getting better ball joints for future models. And the tail can move a little bit. Mostly move side to side. I guess it can do up and down, but I don't really know if that's even supposed to happen. And actually, I kind of wonder if the wire inside is flat, because It feels like it stops here, but it feels like a very flat stopping point. But, yeah. Honestly, I don't know why they decided to add 2 jaw joints, because, yeah, really only one mandible should be moving. But I guess I can live with it. Now, this figure is 1/35th scale, I believe. So it should scale pretty well with a decent number of their other figures. And in fact, we are going to set him down now. And we are going to compare him to the 1/18th scale sub-adult Triceratops released from Beast of the Mesozoic like 4 years ago. Actually, now like 5 years ago. Yeesh. But anyways, although this is technically a juvenile Triceratops in the 1/18th scale range, it does scale pretty well as a 1/35th scale adult Triceratops. At least for this figure. So, yeah, overall, this is a pretty good figure. It just needs a little bit more work and a little bit more tweaks and stuff. But, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and, goodbye.